Hello and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I'm so happy you're here. My name's Brittany and I cook all things gluten-free. So let's get in the kitchen and start cooking. Today in the kitchen, we're cooking up Fiesta Lime chicken. I'm using the chicken tenderloins that have no added hormones or steroids, and they have no antibiotics. Place the chicken tenderloins in a large Pyrex so that they can be marinated. I'm using Thousand Island dressing, and you can see on the back of the package where there is a QR code, you can look up any of the allergens that it may have. After scanning the QR code, it will take you to this website and you can click on allergens, and it says this product does not contain any of the allergens. I'm also going to use Hidden Valley Spicy Ranch. When you look up the Hidden Valley Spicy Ranch, it also states that it's gluten-free. And I will also be adding the Lea and Perrins, which is also gluten-free. I don't really have measurements for adding the Thousand Island. I drizzle it over the chicken and it will end up using about half of the bottle to marinate. I'm going to do the same thing with the spicy ranch, and I'm just going to drizzle that over on top of the Thousand Island. And then we will drizzle over the Lea and Perrins. I'm going to use a silicone brush and mix that together and making sure that it's covering all of the chicken so that it can marinate. You want this to marinate for a couple of hours. You can do this in the morning and then be ready to cook it in the evening. I've also marinated it just for a couple of hours before dinner, like at 4, and then started cooking dinner about 6 or 7. It really just depends on the day and what you have going on and how long you want to marinate it. It's been marinating for a few hours, and now I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to put this in the oven and I'm going to bake it for 1 hour or until well done. While it's baking, I'm going to get ready for the toppings. I'm going to grate some cheese, and you're going to have about a half a block of cheese. I'm going to chop up some onions. I'm going to slice the onions, and then I'm going to flip them the other direction and dice them up. I'm going to put the chopped onions into a medium-sized Pyrex bowl. Next, we're going to cut up some angel sweet tomatoes. To cut those in half and then in half again. I'm going to use the whole container of the angel sweet tomatoes. As I dice those up, I'm going to add them into the bowl with the onions. Next, I'm going to add some lime juice. I'm going to use 2 limes for this part. I'm going to cut the limes in half and then in half again. In those halves, you will cut in the middle, but not all the way to the rind. Add the lime juice to the onions and tomatoes. I'm going to take a fork and put that slit over the fork and press to get the juice out of the lime. Then I'm going to add some parsley flakes, 1 tablespoon to the onions and tomatoes. Mix that up, and then we're going to let that sit until the chicken is done. The chicken is done baking, and I'm going to take it out of the oven. For a side, I'm using the Zatarain's yellow rice, and I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of the box. I'm going to use 4 cups of water, and then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Then I will add in the rice mix. Then we'll stir this around and let this cook. While that is cooking, I'm going to get a cookie sheet and line it with foil and add all the chicken on top of the cookie sheet. Once I have all the chicken on the cookie sheet, I'm going to take the Thousand Island and drizzle just a little bit on top of the chicken. I'm going to do the same thing with the Hidden Valley Spicy Ranch. I'm then going to use the On the Border chips and crush those up on top of the chicken. Next, I'm going to sprinkle the grated cheese on top. I'm going to spoon out the tomatoes and onions and place that on top of the chicken. Then take another lime and squeeze that on top. You can use the method of using it with a fork, or you can just squeeze it by itself, whichever is easier for you. The rice still has a little bit of time to cook. I'm going to place the chicken back into the oven and we're going to cook it until the cheese is melted. The cheese is melted on the chicken and we're going to pull it out of the oven. The rice is almost done and it will be time to serve dinner. This recipe idea came from Applebee's that serves a Fiesta Lime chicken, and this is my take on the gluten-free recipe. That would be somewhat similar to what Applebee's serves. The full recipe is in the description box down below. If you want to spice it up a little bit, you can add some Cholula. Enjoy! Dinner is served. Thank y'all for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and let us know if you tried Fiesta Lime Chicken. We'll see you next time in the kitchen.